Yeah, good evening to one and all present here. Actually, institutions and hedge funds have to report their portfolio to SEC website to SEC within 45 days at the end of every quarter. Institutions and hedge funds must report their portfolio updates within 45 days after the end of each quarter, ensuring that this data provides a reliable snapshot of recent investment trends of that particular institution or hedge fund. So tomorrow, which is November 15, it marks the release of the Q3 data, making this a perfect time to
Stop.
leverage the ThinkSabio futures, ThinkSabio website. So on this, let us discuss about first of all ThinkSabio diamonds. Okay, in this there is a feature called ThinkSabio diamonds, and in this ThinkSabio diamonds we have three different features. First one is quarterly percentage shares change uptrend, and second one is quarterly price and volume gainers, and third one is quarterly CSA PV gainers. So let us see first one quarterly percentage shares change uptrend. So these are the quarterly percentage shares which surpassing the 50% mark. Means in this feature, we can find stocks where institutions are significantly increasing their holdings at least 50% more shares compared to the previous quarter, signaling strong interest from those institutions. Like, okay, as uh, I mean, as by this weekend, you can get the complete updated data of quarter three. But as of now, it is on progressing. So I'm taking the last quarter. So here in this feature, you can find all those stocks where institutions are increasing their stake at least more than 50% from the previous quarter. Like here, you can see Mara any or a marathon stock, and on this stock, these shares had increased at 50%. So in this, at least 50% is the criteria. So why does it matters? It matters because institutional investments often indicate confidence in the stock's future performance. And how does this future helps you? This feature provides detailed data on the percentage change in shares, helping users identify stocks with strong institutional backing. And yeah, and you can see here for every I mean on latest quarter three, okay, I mean this data had not came it completely, but it is in the progressing stage. But as you can see here, already this diamond report has found some 15 stocks where from the previous, when you compare with the previous quarter, on this quarter, the institutions had increased their stake at least by 50%. So, uh, so this feature helps, this feature helps us to back up the institutional confidence on that particular stock. And again, on this, we have different kind of filter options like minimum percentage count change, maximum possible growth, maximum YTD. And according to your strategy process, you can apply different kinds of filters here, and you can find the stocks which you can find the stocks uh, which may which may according to a strategy. So here there are small text which had given small introduction of how what is this feature about. Like the ThinkSabio Diamond report shows the stocks that are seeing a large increase in investment, at least 50% change in shares bought by institutions compared to the previous quarter. So this report gives you a wide range of data to help you pick the right crown jewel for your stock portfolio. So this feature can be very helpful on this weekend to check any hidden stock. And in ThinkSabio Diamonds, we have another feature,
Hey,
quarterly price.
Arshad, sorry, Arshad,
Yeah,
can you back to the other report? I have just one question there. That's why I would like to ask.
yeah, okay.
So, number one, this is really fantastic report. Kudos to this entire team. Now, here, if you stay here, and if you take first T triple Q, so
Yeah,
it says that the share changes 61%. But if you
yeah,
see the count change status, the column
yeah,
count change status, that is reduce. It means the
yeah,
number of share has increased, but the institute count has came down 29%.
yeah, overall institution.
Yeah,
Yes.
so this is contradictory, you know. So people like me who are still not very great in the market, they get confused that the share count has went up, but the institute count has went down drastically 30%. So
Yeah.
how to handle this situation?
Yeah, I mean, here, as you can see here, T triple Q, when you click on this T triple Q, it will indirectly shift to the ISR report. And here we can check the detail on what happened. Like why, I mean, here you can see what are the institution shares and what are the count. And here we have share activity count for T triple Q. And when we check this, here we can see like, okay, how many institutions had increased, how many institutions had newly bought, how many institutions had reduced their stake, how many institutions has no change, how many institutions sold off. And here we have some top 10 institutions and top 10 hedge funds. So here we can check like, okay, if here I can see like, okay, 62 institutions are increasing their stake. So when I click on this, I will check how many institutions are increasing their stake? 66 institutions. So here what will happen is, what is the percentage among the 66? I mean, is it like, so here you can see, sir, like here percentage shares, you can say, Howard Capital Management, it has changes its stake 1,725 percentage. And IMC Chicago, it had increased its stakes on 1,145 percentage. And here international asset, this is the one another institution which had increased approximately 14,250 percentage. So based on this, I mean, we can take our view like, okay, these are not so famous institutions, and here, here how it will be like, you can see major of the three top institutions had taken major of the percentage. So, I mean, all the remaining institutions had taken somewhat. I mean, these are they had increased their stake with the only less percentage. I mean, they have not increased on high percentage, very less, 42%. I mean, it's very, they had increased only very low. Whereas these top three, they had increased very, I mean, they had increased very vastly. So here, I mean, based on that, okay, so it's like collective. Okay, let's say if every institution is increasing collectively, and similarly, okay, then we can gain the confidence. So I mean, just like for example, I mean, to give you an example, like in recent statistical data, the data had came like in India, India is going to become the fifth largest GDP country in the world,
Right,
whereas the per capita income of India is worse than the African countries. Recent statistical data. So
right,
here,
right.
what happening is overall, when you are seeing the overall, India is becoming very great, very great. I mean, it is becoming the more and more developing country in all over the world. But when
True.
you see the per capita income, it's becoming worse and worse. So in the same way, when I see the overall, it's looking like okay, it had increased. But when I see in the from person to person, I mean from the individual, I can see
Hmm.
like only three are the major contributors. All the remaining are they are very less contributors. So
Hmm.
now, okay, so I mean based on this, like okay, these are not so famous institutions. So it depends on like okay whether you will gain confidence with this or not. So yeah, based on that.
Got you. Got you. Got you. No,
Yeah,
this is good. Okay. Okay. Sorry, you can
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, and in ThinkSabio demos, this is the first feature where we display all shares which are increasing their stake by 50% from the previous quarter. And in this second, we have quarterly price and volume gainers. So here, so in this feature, we reveal all those stocks which have experienced significant price and volume increases from one quarter, from the previous quarter to this quarter. So why does this feature matters? So this feature matters to track price and volume changes, which can indicate a stock's growth momentum and increase the trading interest, suggesting strong potential. So on these shares, we can see like where the average price has been increasing and volume, and this volume has been increasing. So, I mean, based on the previous quarter, when compared with the previous quarter, the average price has been increasing, and when compared with the previous quarter, the average volume is also increasing. So, this report, how does this report helps you? So, this report highlights the top performing stocks in terms of average price and volume, initially sorted by previous quarter to this quarter. And yeah, uh, yeah, and so I mean, so I mean, again here we can check like okay, when compared with previous quarter, the price had been increasing gradually, and also when compared with the previous quarter, the volume is also increasing gradually, and we have here options, descending options and ascending options, and we have different filter according to our strategy. What is the minimum percentage average volume, minimum percentage average change? So here again we have given some description like have you ever felt unsure, I mean uh, yeah, and applied specific conditions. Yeah, ThinkSabio Diamonds report is a comprehensive review of quarterly price and volume upswings in the stock market. So here this part of the report, it guides investors towards stocks showing consistent quarterly improvements, helping them to spot potential profitable stocks in the future. So yeah, this is the second feature. And we have third feature in ThinkSabio Diamonds, which is quarterly CSA PV gainers. So CSA PV in the sense, C indicates to, so here CSA PV means C indicates to count, S indicates to shares, A indicates to approx invested value, P indicates to price, and V indicates to volume. So by this weekend, you can get the complete data of quarter three. So here, I mean, as I'm taking the last quarter for reference. So on this quarter, oh, I mean, the purpose of this feature is to show which stocks have seen increases in multiple metrics. What are the multiple metrics? CSA PV, count, shares, approx invested value, price, and volume. And why does this feature matters? This feature I mean, it shows a comprehensive view of these metrics, which allows investors to understand the depth of institutional commitment of a stock. Like here, you can see the shares, and here you can see the approx invested value, institutions, uh, and change in volume. So, like, so this feature provides a detailed breakdown of CSCPV metrics, showcasing stocks with notable increases across various measures of interest. And this comprehensive feature helps investors to identify stocks with broad institutional support and potential for strong growth. And again, and here we have some data, like, okay, what does this feature about? What does this feature about? And again, at the end of the day, okay, I'm simply telling, okay, this is the feature, this is the feature, this is the feature. And in every feature, we can find some hundreds of stocks. It's not that every stock, I mean, to be frank, it's not that every stock will rise and go up.
Ah,
So it's like a,
అవును
we
సార్
have to
మాట్లాడు.
do a job. I mean, just like, let's say, for example, if I'm going to buy any fruit uh, from the market, so I will check, okay, there will be some hundreds of fruits before me. So let's say I'm going to purchase a mango, I'm going to purchase a car, or so there will be some hundreds of choices before me. So I will select the best one among this. So we need to do our research, and we need to, I mean, there will be plenty of stocks. If you see in every ThinkSabio demos, there will be, you can see approximately some hundreds of stocks. So out of these hundreds of stocks, what is the stock that will pick up? So, uh, for that we need to do the hard work. I mean, I mean, obviously. So, I mean, it involves money. It involves our hard work money. So for this, we need to do our hard work, and we need to take our time, and we need to do, like, let's say, for example, uh, for education, for anything for which we are doing. I mean, if you want to buy any car, or if you want to purchase anything which we are aspiring for, so we will do a lot of research. Okay, where, I mean, even if we want to book anything online, so we will compare with other things. Okay, where the count is less, and after the research we will go, after gaining the confidence. In the same way, as you can see, on the previous quarter we have 88 entries. Maybe on this quarter we can get about 100. So, based on these 100, we need to do the research. I mean, we need to. I mean, these are the technical analysis side. All these are technical analysis, and we need to also see its fundamental analysis. So, what are the fundamental analysis? We have to see its balance sheet. What does its balance sheet indicate? So, let's say, for example, I'm just taking the example of Mara. So here, okay, I'm just telling, okay, it's surpassing the 50% mark. It's surpassing the, I mean, its price and
रोज
volume
का
are
लुंगी
increasing.
तूने
It's a CSA PV metrics are increasing. So here I'm telling, and these are technical analysis. So we also need to concentrate on fundamental analysis. So let's say for fundamental analysis, uh, a bit fundamental analysis, as I can say, let's say for the first stock which I'm seeing, Mara. Let me take this as Mara as an example. So yeah, on this Mara stock,
సరే ఓకే.
Hey, Harish,
yeah,
can you be on mute, please? Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Y- Yeah, and this Mara stock, we can see the, okay. So what is the financials? So in this financials, I'm seeing what is the revenue. As you can see in this latest quarter, the revenue had been decreased drastically for this. So I mean, when I see the Q2 24, the revenue is 145.14 million. On Q1 24, 165. But on the latest quarter, the revenue had been decreased drastically. I mean, which is some concern on the short term view. So again, so that's the reason, as you can see, the share price has been decreasing from the last few days, because the revenue, it had decreased very, I mean, it's very drastically, like from the last year 157 million to this year 131 million. And we need to see what is the net profit we have, and net profit is in negative. I mean, uh, the company has no net income now. The company is operating on negative income. And we are seeing the EPS. I mean, earnings per share also had been in negative. again, which is a somewhat concerning thing. I mean, okay, here when I'm seeing on technical analysis, okay, I'm getting okay, institutions are increasing their data 50%. I mean, it seems to be positive. I mean, Mara. But whereas when I'm seeing on fundamental analysis, it's not giving me that much confidence as it gives on technical analysis, like the balance sheet, what is the live cash it have, uh, what is the current assets it have, and current assets also had been decreased, like from the on the previous year from 1000 to this year 239.37 in total assets, and total assets had been increased, and liabilities had been increased, uh, and liabilities in the sense expenses, and it had been increased from 32 to 60 million, almost I mean 100% it had been increased. uh, so again, so in that way, some cash flow, and we have cash flow, and we have different kind of ratios, PE ratio, forward PB ratio, price to book ratio, price to sale ratio, price to earnings ratio. So based on this, so I mean, so at the end of the day, what the intention was, just by depending on this, uh, I mean, anything may happen. We can't tell. I mean, we can't guarantee that it will won't work, but we need to concentrate on both technical analysis and fundamental analysis. So whereas I mean I have just taken the example of Mara, whereas on this Mara, on this diamonds report, okay, I'm getting this, okay, Mara stock is looking good. Okay, these institutions had increased its stake by 50%, and I mean, it's looking good. But whereas on the fundamental side, when I'm looking Mara, it doesn't seem that much confidence for me. So based on that, so definitely, but at the end of the day, these things have your dimensions. Will it definitely? It is such a feature which boosts confidence among investors or shareholders. Uh, I mean, as it is telling about where the institutions and hedge funds are more interested in, and which stocks the institutions and hedge funds are more interested in. So this things have your diamonds is one of the feature. So again, after these things have your diamonds, I mean, as I had told earlier, that I mean, tomorrow is the deadline for SEC. So today we are discussing about such futures which are helpful for us to find the potential profitable stocks on this latest quarter. Like tomorrow is the I mean, I mean, every institutions and hedge funds have to update their portfolio within 45 days. And tomorrow is the November 15, which is marking the completion of 45 days, so that in our website we are getting the updation data of quarter three. Okay, till now the website had been worked on the data on quarter two, and from this weekend we are getting the updation data of quarter three, and by different futures like which I had discussed previously, things have your diamonds, and now we are discussing. And in quarterly session, we are discussing top 25 buys and sells ultimate reports. And by using these reports, we can find such stocks where the institutions and hedge funds are more interested in.
So this will be update automatically, or you are going to
Yeah,
manually update?
no, it will update on automatically, sir. Like
Okay,
by tomorrow. So
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, from this weekend, it will be available. So here, I mean, previously we had discussed about ThinkSabio diamonds, and now in quarterly, in report section on quarterly in all institutions, here we have top 25 buys and sells. So here, in every quarter, for every quarter, it will display the what are the top institutional buys and sells. So here, it will explain. This future will explain where institutional investors, including hedge funds and investment firms, have significant influence on stock movements. So here they're buying and yeah, here they're buying and selling patterns. It can signal shifts in market sentiment and opportunities for individual investors. And this top 25 quarterly buys and sells future breaks down institutional activities, showcasing the most significant stock purchases increase in holdings, unchanged, and sold off. And this data helps users to identify which stocks institutions are betting on and which they are divesting from, providing insights for informed investment decisions. So in this first one, we have newly bought. So in this newly bought, I mean, how does we had future? Okay, these are newly bought. We are using the formula, and in this category, in this newly bought category, we show stocks that have been newly added to institutional portfolios in the quarter. So here we are using the formula. How we are deriving all these top 25 means we are using the formula, this certain formula, uh, like approx transaction value, and this value will be derived from total newly bought shares into Q3 2024 average price. I mean, it all happened in the backend and percentage formula. uh, I mean, individual stock newly bought institutional shares value, all stocks total newly bought. I mean, it will all work in the backend, but by using this formula, we are deriving this top 25 newly bought shares by the institutions, quarterly institutional top 25 shares. So why does this feature matters means it identify all newly bought stocks which can indicate emerging trends and potentially lucrative investments that institutions are entering for the first time. So again, we have increased holdings, and this segment shows stocks where institutions have significantly increased their existing holdings. And again, the same it will be derived according to the formula. And why does this feature matters means uh, I mean, it shows those stocks which where institutions are increasing their stakes, increasing their holdings, which often shows strong confidence in the future performance, signaling a solid investment opportunity. And whereas here we have decreased holdings, and this category shows those stocks where institutions have reduced their holdings during the quarter. And this future matters because a decrease in holdings, which indicate a shift in confidence. It indicates somewhat negativity by institutions, which may serve as a cautionary signal for investors. And again, we have no change, unchanged position. This section reflects the stocks where institutional holdings remained unchanged from the previous quarter. And why? And these unchanged positions suggest stability, indicating that institutions see no immediate reason to adjust their stakes, which can imply confidence in this stock's performance. Again, we have sold off, and this part identifies stocks that institutions have significantly sold off during the quarter. And and here, large scale sell-offs can be an indicator of declining confidence in a stock, which may be a red flag for current or potential investors. So this is the I mean by seeing this stock again, we can come to the point, okay, where more institutions are betting on, and where they are losing their confidence on. Uh, and again, just based on this, we can't able to take any decision. Again, as I'm telling, this is the just quarter. So let's say even this is the quarter three, it's showing only the performance of the last 3 months. So it's not telling about the whole year, or it's not telling on the long term. As you can see, in every quarter, these stocks will change. In every quarter, these stocks will change. So what does this indicate? So it indicates that it's showing the performance of just the last 3 months. It's not showing the performance of entire year. It's not showing the performance on the long term view. Again, for everything, we need to check the fundamental analysis. I mean, for the basic fundamental analysis, we need to check at least this income. Okay, what is the revenue the company is gaining, and what is the net profit it is gaining, and what is the EPS it is gaining. Again, the P ratio, what is the P ratio it's having, price to earning ratio. And I mean, if the price and earning ratio is high, I mean, it will be again a problem. It have to be in a, I mean, it have to be in a similar balanced way. And we need to check, okay, how much cash how much cash does this company have? As you can see, this company is operating on a complete loss. This company, I mean Mara, which I had taken previous example, this companies had been taken a loan of approximately 160 million. Yeah, 160 million till now. So it's a huge again, investing cash flow. Again, all are on negative. All this is a bit concern. Again, it depends on like how much profit it is. Again, here we can connect the dots. Like we can see, income had been decreased. The revenue, company's revenue had been decreased drastically, as you can see here, 131.6 point. Whereas the company's cash flow had been increasing. I mean, the company, whereas you can see in the previous year, the I mean, it was just like minus 91, but this quarter it had become minus 160 million. I mean, here you can see investing cash flow approximately 500 million. I mean, here we can compare. Okay, where the company is earning only 131 million of revenue, but it is spending approximately 160 million. So again, this is a bit of concern. So based on this, okay, uh, yeah, okay. So okay, I mean, I had not taken sound because here I had not found anywhere sound stock. That's the reason which I have not taken. So so again, I mean, even if we check on the sound stock, fundamental analysis, you can see okay, the revenue had been increased again. The revenue had been increased. I mean, its performance was great, okay, but it may be the short-term fluctuations. As you can see from the previous year or from the previous quarter, the revenue had been increased very high. Like in the previous year, it's 17 million, but this year, I mean, this quarter, it became 25 million. Again, we can see that net income. I mean, when compared to the net income, it's still in the negative. I mean, it still had not become debt-free company. So yeah, so it still had not become debt-free company. It is still trading on the negative. I mean, still have a loss of 20 million. So EPS also in the negative. I mean, earnings per share. The earnings per share had also been in negative. So it to become debt-free company. So again, here we can when we check the cash flow, so operating cash flow again. I mean, this also had been increasing. Okay, like again we can see like okay, the company revenue was only 25 million. I mean, the company revenue which we have saw, it had been only 25 million, whereas the cash flow was 35 million. Like it is spending extra 10 million. So again, it all depends on the long term. Okay, why does this spending such money for R&D, research and development? So yeah, for I mean, we have simply website like um, I mean we have another website. Yeah. Yeah, in this website we can find okay, what are the negatives and what are the positives and negatives of a company. So yeah, here you can see what is the rewards. I mean, here you can have a small overview. What is the rewards? Okay, this revenue. I mean, revenues have forecast to increase 54%. So this is a very positive thing. So what are the negatives this stock is having? So this, I mean, this is currently unprofitable, which we had already discussed earlier. The company is unprofitable and it is operating on a loss, and it had forecast not to become profitable over the next 3 years. So it is a bit of concern. So inside selling had been increasing and volatile share price movements, and shareholders have been diluted in the past year. So here we can see okay, where the company is failing and where the company is passing. So this simply Wall Street, the website name is. So in this website we can check okay, what are the positives, negatives. Again, I mean, again, it requires some premium, but still on the overview. I mean, if you can purchase the premium, you can overall look everything. So again, this is the another feature of ThinkSabio. So again, till now we have discussed the two features of ThinkSabio. One is ThinkSabio Diamonds, where we showcase some those stocks which are increasing 50%, at least 50% from the previous quarter, and where the price and volumes are increasing consistently, and CSA PV gainers, which is the count shares approx invested value, price, and volume. Uh, so this is the one feature, and the second feature which we have discussed is And second feature which we have discussed is in institutions top 25 buys and sells on this quarter. And then we have the last feature, ultimate reports. So what does this ultimate reports? And it is really one of the very excellent feature that was available in our website. So this ultimate reports feature identifies those stocks with consistent growth in institutional interest, helping users to find stable and potentially profitable investments. Like here, institutional investors often have why do we need to follow the institutions and hedge funds? Because these institutional investors and top hedge funds, they have significant resources and access to advanced analysis, giving them an edge in identifying promising stocks. So when we understanding these stocks which see consistent increases in holdings by these powerful entities can indicate strong long-term potential and confidence in the stock's performance. Like let's say for example, I go to an exam. I go to exam to write. Uh, I go to exam and I don't know what to write. Let's say I don't know. I had not studied properly and I don't know what to write. So I will check what do the person behind me was writing, what do the person before me was writing, what do the person back me, behind me was writing. So when I check with them, and let's say all of these people are indicating an option B for a particular question, then automatically I will also, even though I don't have the knowledge, I will also place my answer as B. At the end of the day, it may become right or wrong. It is not in our hands. But what does it indicates? It gives the confidence. Okay, okay, it may be one person. In the other way, if the person behind me writes B and the person before me, he had written A, and the person behind me, if he written C option, then it will create a confusion. So what is this? What may be the right answer? Because every person is different, choosing different options. But here, when institutions have been increasing, let's say for every person, they have there will be some favorite institutions. Like for example, the ThinkSabio, Sairam sir, uh, who is the main person of ThinkSabio, his main interest is NVIDIA institutions. He likes that NVIDIA institution so much. So here we can have option from last quarter to from last 12 quarters. Let's say if I place this on from last 12 quarters, it will showcase. At present there are no stocks. Let's say 11 quarters. Again, no, 10 quarters. Okay, let's say again, why does this happening? Because it is in the progressing stage. Okay, as I had told you, the SEC deadline was 45 days, and tomorrow it will be 45 days. So now it is still in the progressing stage. The entire data had not came in. You can see Q3 24. The default start is based on the Q3 24, and Q3 24 entire data had not it came completely on our website. That may be the reason, but you can see, okay, ST on last 8 quarters. So what does this feature indicate means? From last 8 quarters in the ST or W stock, the last from the last 8 quarters, these institutions had increasing their stake consistently from last 8 quarters. I mean, when we check on this weekend, probably you can also find stocks which are increasing from the last 12 quarters, from last 11 quarters. So at the end of the day, this ultimate reports future is designed to show stocks where both the number of institutions and the number of shares they hold are consistently increasing over multiple quarters. And 12 quarters is the maximum. So this consistent increase is a strong indicator of growing confidence and sustained investment by major financial players. So this part of the report focuses on the number of institutions adding a particular stock to their portfolios quarter after quarter. And why does this matter means it can increase in the count of institutions signals. I mean, here we have both like count where the count are increasing. I mean, in this picture, we can see where the institutions count are increasing. And again, we have another feature where it will show where the institution shares are increasing. And we have both. I mean, where the both institution counts and institution shares are increasing. So this future shows an increase in the count and shares of institutions signals growing interest and trust in the stock's future performance, indicating that more investors are joining in or increasing their stakes in the near future. So in the same way, this is in the all institutions, and in the same way we have hedge funds. In top 10 hedge funds also we have ultimate reports, and same here also. I mean, as I can say, the data is yet in the progressing. That's why we are not seeing no data. Definitely by tomorrow we can see the data here. But here I mean the context which we need to understand was here we can see all those data where institutions and hedge funds are increasing their stake from the consistently from the previous quarters. So it will give the boost. I mean, it will give the confidence for us to invest on these stocks on the long term, uh, uh, and uh, and it will help us to find the long term consistency check, and it identifies stocks with sustained positive trends that indicate long-term growth rather than short-term fluctuations. Okay, on short-term, okay, let's say, I mean, there will be, I mean, we may listen like, okay, we have to invest in certain stocks and we will forget about it for the next 5 or 10 years. So by this, what will happen is we will won't get afraid of short-term fluctuations, but we will see on the long-term view. And all these futures and all of these futures like ThinkSabio Diamonds, quarterly 25, tops, buys and sells, these ultimate reports. And this future is updated with the most recent data following the release of quarterly 13F filings and 13D by G filings and related SEC disclosures on the SEC website. And and after the Q3, I mean quarter 3 2024 reporting period ends, updated data will integrate on our website to provide users with the most current insights. And this process aligns with regulatory timelines, ensuring that our users will receive reliable data. So in conclusion, I mean, as on this weekend, we can use these different kinds of futures. Three main futures of ThinkSabio website, which are ThinkSabio Diamonds and quarterly top 25 buys and sells and ultimate reports to find those stocks where institutions are gaining their confidence on, where institutions are newly purchasing, where they are increasing, where they are reducing, where they are completely selling, to know as the trend where the market is going, to know as the trend of that stock, and and it encourage participants to gain deeper insights of their investment strategies. So again, at the end of the day, all of this is just a technical analysis. This this doesn't indicate anything about fundamental. So here we are not, here we are not researching about fundamental. We are researching only about technical, and for the fundamental, we need to check its balance sheet. We need to check its, uh, we need to check its revenue, cash flow statement. Again, for anyone who finds it difficult to find, okay, to derive, okay, okay, you may tell like, okay, we don't have that much knowledge. We don't have that much. Uh, that much potential. We can simply use the AI. Now it's the AI life. We have ChatGPT, Meta AI, different kind of AI. We can simply ask AI. We can simply give the input. Okay, this is the balance sheet of the company. We can simply some take some. We can simply some apply some filters, and we can. Here also. If I have the, if I have the premiums future, I can download this on the Excel. I can download this to CSV. So by just downloading it, I can ask to Meta or I can ask to ChatGPT, please tell me about what do you think about this company? So something like that. So again, at the end of the day, that's the content. Okay, by on this quarter 3 update, we can use um, we can use features, different features of ThinkSabio website for more, to know the current trend in the stock market. And again, we need to research, we need to do hard work, because let's say even for the, it is like, okay, it is like earning money, just like, okay, for our job, to find our job, how we had done hard work for the education, how we had done hard work in the similar way. We need to do the hard work for these two. Simply investing anywhere, it doesn't indicate any guarantee. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Arshad,
mean,
I have one question. So
yeah, please.
in the morning, I was trying to find the stock where I generally follow a couple of institutes like Renaissance or BlackRock. So is it possible to find the institute where I can
Yeah,
give three, four institutes, and I want a stock where this four institutes has invested in quarter 3?
yes. Like we have institutions. In
Correct.
these institutions, we have compare institutions.
Okay. I went there this morning. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, then
Yeah.
Renaissance, RENA. Yeah, correct.
I- yeah.
Then two Sigma, what is that?
Again, yeah, two sigma. Again, as I told earlier, sir, in our website, the entire Q3 data had not came yet. It is
Yeah,
still
yeah,
in
let's
the
go with
progress.
Q2 data. That's fine. Let's go with Q2 data. And
Yes,
third is BlackRock.
two sigma. Yeah, these are the two institutions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Right now, oh yeah, cool. Okay.
yeah. Q3 data we have.
Yeah, so
So,
now,
I'm
uh,
getting the 3,800 stocks where these both are invested in.
okay, now this is what happened. For example, let's take first two rows. Can you go up, please?
Yes,
Yeah, so if you say per first four rows, it says fine. Two Sigma has invested in Microsoft, and Renaissance has also invested in Microsoft. But instead
yeah,
of that, is it possible? And if you take Nvidia, no, okay, this yeah. And if you take Google, Google also Renaissance added, increased, and two Sigma also increased. So is it possible to get this kind of data rather than showing it to? I want only Renaissance and or two Sigma only invested or increased in the stock, and then only in the filter also I tried that. If you go to filter
yeah,
and if you go to statuses and just add the increased or no, on the right hand
yeah,
side status. No, no, no.
yes,
Yeah, there is increase and there is newly bought. Either of this.
yeah.
Okay, I'll click on submit. So what happens here? It will give you the data. But if you see now first two, if you go up, if you see,
Yeah, yeah, sir.
yeah. So now instead of giving Microsoft two times, is it possible to group by symbols? So that, in
Yeah,
typical Oracle query, group by symbol, that will give you that may give us a better view than this.
yeah, sir.
Or if
And
you,
also, I
yeah,
mean,
go
we
ahead.
have here a graph of,
Oh, nice.
I mean,
Oh,
where the,
I did not see this.
uh,
This is cool. But are you getting my just thought
yeah,
is,
yeah, I'm getting, sir.
and there was
Yeah,
somebody was also asking the similar question. I don't know who was that, but this was my question. So now rather than giving Microsoft two times, Google two times, because if I put three institute, it will come three times if Microsoft has been
yeah, yes,
taken
sir.
by them.
Yeah,
So if can we, is it possible to do group by? Just an thought.
yeah, yeah, yes, sir. I mean, please give me permission to let me discuss with my
Yeah, 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 yeah.
management.
I'm not sure whether it is good, bad, ugly,
Yes,
but
no,
just
it's very great.
one of the
Yeah,
suggestion.
yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah. But yeah, at least personally for me, this Sabio has given me a lot of data through which I can actually make my decisions. While you are talking, I just found two more stocks which I can at least put it in my wish list. Yeah, and when I put it in my wish list and my ThinkSabio, where I can see my wish list.
So here, sir, here,
Mm.
my universe section, in this my universe
Oh,
section,
my
we have
universe
portfolio and TS which watch lists, huh?
and TS. Okay,
Watch
got it,
list.
got it,
So
got
here,
it.
let's say, for example, I had placed some stock which are on watch list. Things are just we have to press some plus symbol and we need to add which symbol we want to add, confirm, and that's it. That's the process. And
Okay,
we
those
have two
are from my
options. This is
universe.
the real portfolio. Virtual portfolio. We have like where we'll get the approximate some $10,000 of amount.
Perfect,
So again, it will show everything like what is the today returns, total returns, institution counts, shares.
perfect, perfect.
Yeah, share. It's a reason watch list.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you. Sir.
that's the only question.
Definitely will look into it. Sir. And does any other have any question?
Looks like you have really explained well. No one has any question.
Yeah. And thank you all. Do anyone have any question, or shall we end this meeting?
Yes, Arshad. First of all, thanks a lot, man. You are really good. You are helping us a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. And
Thank you. I'm dropping. Thanks, everyone.
yeah, thank you all for making your time on your busy schedule. Thanks.